should put your hands together. Please welcome Bub Smith. I'm actually on now. It's surprising. So, contrary to popular belief, I'm not an alcoholic. Despite what my mom might tell you. You know what alcoholics don't have is a job. I had that once. The thing about jobs is they usually test you for, like drugs and things, and I don't do drugs. But they don't test you for, alcohol in your blood system. So my assumption, like I assume most of you here, is that you can go to work drunk. You can't. Which is surprising. And I didn't even get fired for being drunk on the job. I got fired for giving kids alcohol, which back in my day, we don't even call it alcohol. We call it gin. My dad used to call it daddy's breath. I was just trying to put those fuckers to sleep. So apparently when you're watching children, you're not allowed to be drunk, so I understood that. I was like, all right, it's okay, I won't do it again. So, I quit. I was like, I don't think it's a place for me to work here. So I started a local pharmaceutical company in a corner, and apparently only the Army's allowed to have a monopoly on exploding urban youth. I assumed that I could do the same if they're both going to end up in an ICU with bullet holes, and then I'm like, why can't I do that? And I know I'm not an alcoholic because I sent an audition tape to Intervention. They don't accept audition tapes. The joke's on them. I didn't have to get treatment. I'm using these as notes, by the way. I'm not texting people. You're more important than them. This is completely random switch off, but my sister has Down syndrome, which usually isn't funny, but I'm pretty sure she's faking it. No, I'm fucking completely serious. This isn't a joke, she's faking it. I know it's because my mom was like, you have to watch your sister, you're responsible for her. As you obviously know, I'm not really good at being responsible with kids. So I had to come down the steps. It's like, her name's Peach. It's not her name, but I call her Peach. I was like, what the fuck you doing? She's like, So my mom was like, yeah, you have to make her like grilled cheese, I'm going out to the store. I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch her, I'll do that, it's okay. So like I made her a sandwich, and she's sitting there on the couch just like, it's ready to make my fucking grilled cheese. And I was like, fuck you, I know you're faking it. She's like, no one's ever gonna believe it. And I'm like, I'm sitting there making her grilled cheese like a goddamn house slave. I'm just like, all right, fine. I'll get you. I'm sitting there, I come home, and one day, and she doesn't expect it. She's making her own fucking grilled cheese, I swear to God. And I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew you were faking this entire time. And she just looked at me, and she just acted like she doesn't know what she was doing. She's a bitch, I hate her. And the thing about taking care, this is all completely serious. This is my life. I figured people were like, you gonna tell jokes? I'm like, no, I'm gonna come up here and talk about my life. And they're like, oh, your life's a joke. And I'm like, yeah. So I took her to the movies one day because I thought they'd be a great thing. Things about I took her with a date, and I was like, that's going to be great. It's like bringing a puppy to a park. It's not. It's a human being. You can't do that to people. It's wrong. I learned that later. That's a life lesson. I'll explain that later. Yeah, she's a horrible person. I'm gonna check my notes real quick because I forgot what I was going to talk about. She's faking it, yeah. Another change. I wish Indians were alive today. I wish they could see what we're doing to God's green earth. They just lived on this country for thousands of years in peaceful harmony with nature, and then we showed up. We brought you freedom. And they're like, we're free already, right? Fuck that shit. I'm bringing you extreme freedom. So, if we could just take, if we could transport a Native American, that's what we call them right now, right? Aborigines, Indians, whatever. So if we could transport them right now, we'd be like, hey, what's up? This is America. You know that fresh water you people love and like survive on? Yeah, we throw that in pipes now, and we shoot it into the Earth's core to break rocks, so that poisonous gases and oil can float to the surface. Why would you do that? Like, so we can throw it in our motor dragons and ride it on highways that concrete poured over your forests, so that we can get to Taco Bell and sit in our cars quicker.
Woo!
That's not it. We also decided, like the equator, you know where the equator is? It's where all the poor countries are. Fuck that. I hate poor countries. I'm middle class. So what I decided to do is to drive my vehicle dragon enough so that we change how the temperature works on the earth. So now it's hotter where I live in Pennsylvania. It's perfect. I was like, you know what? Like I really like, I like the Outer Banks, like North Carolina. I'm American, why don't I bring it to me? So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to terraform the earth, and we're going to have fun here. And the last thing I have today is hitting women. I support hitting women because the thing about men is we're just too... We don't have bitches, besides like Justin Bieber and like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. We don't have bitches, you know why? Because we're physically threatened by harm. But if girls had that, there wouldn't be any of this. So I'm done here today. My name is Bub Smith, thank you.